I really fucking love snacks.
Hello and welcome to Snack Time. I'm your host, Lindsay Adams. This episode, I'm very excited to introduce our guest, Marcelle.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you for joining. Thank
Thank you
it's
for having
overdue.
me. Is
It's
it?
overdue. Yeah, it is overdue.
I mean, I should have
because
been one of your first guests.
You should have. You absolutely should have been, and that's on
But
me. And I will take that into consideration.
because we
next
famously
week.
created this podcast in a clubhouse where
Oh
we
my
debated Doritos, Cool Ranch, or nacho cheese, and then spicy
Yeah.
chili.
Yes,
But
and
I'm happy to be here.
oh, good. I'm so glad. Well, you chose a chip as your choice also.
I did. I
Hint of
chose
lime
hint of lime Tostitos and
and
salsa.
the salsa. Yeah, which
Yeah.
salsa is it?
Well, it's actually the salsa from my grocery store in my hometown of Fargo, North Dakota. It's a pico de gallo. You know, I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure it was from a restaurant that I ended up working at that is now closed. Or it could have been grocery store salsa. I couldn't, but it was so delicious, so fresh, like just the freshest pico de gallo. And I was not a fan of tomatoes, onions, garlic, none of that. You put that all together. That
Do you
hint of
still,
lime.
I mean, because now it upsets your tummy, right?
No, so I'm Lindsay, you were talking about my medical issues on a podcast. So now we are
Okay,
fighting.
we can tap out of this if
No,
you
we are-
if you
we
want
are-
to.
No, we're just gonna fight now publicly for everyone to hear.
Hold
No, but
on.
I am working through stomach issues. Like, you know, all the hot girls have stomach issues. So I am
Mhm.
just part
It's
of
actually a fact.
one of many. And I have been allowed, and now my stomach is allowing me to have a tomato. So I do partake in salsa. Pico de gallo, sometimes if it's too garlicky, I gotta tap out like right away. I gotta like set it aside. I gotta let Kevin eat it, the boyfriend eat it. And but you know, Paul Newman's mild salsa with a regular tortilla chip is my go-to. Always has been.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know that pico de gallo literally means rooster's beak?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think I like take that in every time I eat pico de gallo. I'm not like rooster's beak. Fuck yeah. Spanish. Spanish, I
learned
know
that,
it.
and I just was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, creative. This works. I like a pico de gallo over a traditional salsa, personally.
Right now I'm all about a tomatoey, silky tomato. So
Okay.
it's got to be the right pico de gallo. If it's too small or too big, like the chunks, it can really upset the whole flavor. It can really upset the
Yeah.
experience because then you're just like dipping it into liquid at some point. You're just like, where's all the tomato? It's gone.
Yeah, but if the liquid is good, in my opinion, then it works. But if the tomatoes aren't good, that makes or breaks it, right?
Honestly, I feel like I don't think Hornbachers had the freshest tomatoes in that pico de gallo, and it was still fire.
Love
I
that
think
name.
the
Love that name.
balance, Hornbachers.
Mhm.
Well, you know, his son produced Mad Men, so Scott Hornbacher,
What?
which my mom liked to tell me, and she was like, "Well, you should go talk to Hornbacher and see if
Yes.
he'll put you on Mad Men," which is, I don't know if you have a Midwest mom, but that's what they do.
No. I mean, that's a good accent, and also it
It's my
belongs on
natural
Mad Men.
state. It's my natural state.
I love when I mean, it's just a mom thing. I wonder if, like, when I become a mom, I'll do the same stupid shit where I'm like, your friend that you don't know, someone I know's daughter that I don't know, does something
You should
slightly
just post
related.
a TikTok. You know, back in
Oh.
my day, we just posted TikTok go viral. You know, career made, bish bosh, you know?
Yes.
That's our version.
That'll be our version of just like, I don't understand. What is this
Just start
other
posting on social media. Just do it. And they're like,
social
Mom,
media is the
the
key.
3D now. It's 5D.
God, and maybe like virtual reality. It'd be kind of fun if you could be a hologram in someone's room instead of going live. You
Yeah.
go live in their bedroom
Just go in their
because
brain if Elon Musk had
yeah,
his way with this.
I actually think that would be really fun and also very violating.
Are you for brain chips in your
Okay,
brain?
you know
Brain
what?
implantation?
Hot topic. Well, because I was just talking to
Hey,
Nick
that's
about
why I'm
it, and I
here.
was like, I know, I love it. I was just talking to Nick about it, and I mean, I don't wanna be a test subject, but I don't hate the idea of storing my memories.
Ugh. I mean, this
I
goes to
know,
like the
it's not
conversation of like legacy and like all that nonsense of
well,
like
it's
after
a
I
vanity.
die, I want everyone to think about me as the greatest.
Well, no, I wanna live in another body. Like, they were saying, like, you could, like, insert the memories into another body, and, like, if you could put my consciousness into another body after I die, I would try it.
I don't want to traumatize a whole nother human being with all my experiences and all my embarrassments. Are you kidding? Like the
I'm
point of having kids is to like be like, I want something like of me, but then like not mess it up.
sure, but
Like right the wrongs.
I think what if I lasted forever? And I don't know if I hate that idea.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I don't
I
want
think I should. I should hate the idea, but I don't think that I do.
talking about death really freaks me out.
Okay, we'll
This
pass.
this this during the last wave of the pandemic, we watched Hunger Games, and when Rue died, I was so high, but I wept, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm really
Yeah.
gonna die, and that it was the most terrifying moment. I never want to. I never. And now I'm just like every time someone's like death, I'm like, bye bye.
Yeah, I mean, death is terrifying, and we absolutely will skate past it immediately to talk
Thank
about,
you.
why this chip specifically was your go-to as a kid. Because you said you do regular tortilla chips now, so what happened with hint of lime? It fucking didn't work for you?
No, I think with the aforementioned stomach issues, like we've spoken about,
Ah,
the historic stomach issues, the citric acid is just not something I need all the time.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that
yeah,
needs
yeah.
to be afflicting my every waking day, and also like it does cut the corners of that mouth. It does really.
Is that every chip, though? And also, I am eating a celery and onion dip right
I
now
will also
because
say a lime chip doesn't necessarily go well with anything but a pico, in my opinion. I feel like you dip that in a red salsa, a Paul
mm.
Newman's, which I've been really juicing on.
Yeah, you're really I mean, Paul Newman, shout out, please sponsor this woman.
Yeah, Paul Newman. Let's at lunch. What? I didn't say that. It's
Paul Newman, where are you?
where are you right now? Are you like
My
even
mom
alive? I
my mom would,
can't.
like, only buy my mom was so into Paul Newman when I was a kid. We, like, only got the Paul Newman,
It went to
dressing.
charity. It went to
Yeah,
charity.
the salad dressing. It's, like, very do-gooder, like,
Which
that it
which
really
now we've all realized that like if we give our money to companies for charity, they just get to write it off.
right, it's just for
it's just
them.
it's not really actually that
And then
great.
the charity is like, yeah, I mean, you gave us money in a direction we literally didn't. You gave it
Are
to
you
the wrong people.
eating celery on a podcast?
Yeah, I'm eating
What is
celery
wrong with you?
and onion dip. I've been really big into making okay, so I had a guest, Steve Hernandez was on, and he talked about like onion dip mix and sour cream and how it was like a big holiday thing. And that was like always what I looked forward to at my mom's friend's house. And so I was like, I can actually just make this all the time if I feel like it. And so now all I do is eat sour cream and onion dip. And celery is a good vehicle for it because it's pretty like It like has a good mouth feel. I actually realized recently that I like celery,
Celery's
and
great.
I
I
just
mean,
didn't
I
think
know this
I did.
podcast is about like digging up our childhood traumas around food, but I
Yeah.
have a childhood trauma around celery where me and all my anorexic dance friends would have celery sleepovers where we would only eat
Ooh.
celery and dip it into different things like ranch dressing, peanut butter, but it would only be celery because celery is negative calories, you see. And that was the message they were giving to us as 15-year-olds.
Oh, 100%. Like
This podcast
celery
should
is
just be
always
called the Y2K's damage on millennials' stomachs and food
diet
choices.
diet culture, the way diet culture damaged us. No, I
Yeah.
always saw celery as a punishment food. So I never was like, no, celery is for when you're bad. And now I'm like, celery is kind of dope.
Well,
And
celery in a stew,
mm,
celery juice is
yeah.
delicious.
I like huge chunks of celery in soup for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. I've been making all the soup. All the soup and celery goes in every little one because I don't
What's
use
the last soup
onion.
you made? Oh, that's right, because you don't use onion. What's the last soup you made?
I make a stew that I've been making for a while. So it's just like you know, syrup some stew meat with some cornstarch and flour. Then,
Mhm.
put a little red wine vinegar, some beer, like a Modelo,
Mm.
then some like chicken stock, better than bouillon. I love better than bouillon.
Same.
Boil that for an hour and a half. Okay. And then we put in the carrots, half hour. Then we put in potato celery, another half hour, 45 minutes. Boil that
Mm.
down. So delish.
See, I would sub out only because I can eat onions, I would sub out the carrots for onions because I also
Oh
hate
no, that is a huge mistake. You have to have carrots in a stew. Carrots, like when I'm spooning that into my mouth, I'm like, I need carrots in every bite. A
Oh,
stewed
I'm
carrot?
like,
Are you
no.
kidding?
I
You're
really
wild.
don't like carrots. I
I
haven't liked them since I was a kid.
I had this Disney cookbook that was like Wendy's like golden carrots, and they were like covered in brown sugar and butter. And
Wait, I
I
have the same thing.
stop it. I've been looking for this cookbook on eBay and I cannot find it. And there's like other versions, but it's not the same. And like I'll know it when I see it. But I
Oh
want
my
this cookbook
god.
so bad. Yeah, that's what got me into food, that cookbook, that Disney cookbook. But those
That's
carrots
so crazy.
specifically, and then a flourless cake in the All American Girl magazine. Those two
Oh.
those two things, I was making at like 8, 7. I was like on the stove. My mom was like, "Yeah, make your carrots. I don't care." She was
That
like,
I remember
"Whatever."
specifically making those carrots because I was like, "Okay, well, there's brown sugar on them. They're like candied." So I'm like, "They have to be good." And I was so proud of myself, and I still was like, "I don't love this." But I
What?
also forgot that American Girl or like All American Girl what was it? American Girl
American Girl.
magazine?
Yeah, American
They
Girl
had
magazine.
recipes. I've totally forgot about that magazine in general.
Yeah,
Like,
American Girl dolls made me who I am today. No, I'm
did
just
they?
kidding. No,
I was
but
like,
they're a huge part of the culture of being like a 10-year-old, a preteen,
yeah.
or maybe that's too old. No, it's like around 8, 10. You're into that stuff.
Which one did you have?
Felicity first, because
Okay.
she was the
Classic.
strongest. I know there's some controversy about her time period, but then I also had Addie, and then I had a
Okay.
make your own doll.
That's what
And
I had.
my sister had Samantha, and my cousins
Okay.
had like Kirsten and Molly. So we had them
Okay.
all, really.
Interesting. My sister, I think, had Felicity, or I can't remember, or maybe Samantha, but I had the make your own. That's how vain I am. I'm like, I want to live forever. I only want an American Girl doll that
I
looks like
didn't
me.
I didn't make one to look like me. She
I thought
had
that was the
like
point.
no, well, I was just like, I just want to make a new doll. She was like she was like Spanish. She was just like from South America.
Well,
Yeah.
couldn't you
And she had like long, like kind of like curly, tight hair. Like very
couldn't
long.
you couldn't you like get matching outfits?
Yeah, but I knew that was never in the cards for me because my mom was like, okay, you can have the doll. And then like
Yeah.
throughout the year, you'd be like, can I have this? Can I have that? And my mom would be like, no, no, no. So I knew I was never going to get the matching clothes. I always tried to angle for it, but it was always like that or a new doll. New doll.
Interesting. I wasn't really into dolls. I was into Barbies because I wanted to make them have sex, but because I was the kid who would like come home from it's so damaged, would come home from like a kid's house and the mom would be like, yeah, so anyway, Lindsay was making the Barbies have sex again. So if you could tell her not to do that. It was so fully damaged. They're like, look, we all know she was molested. So if you could just clean that up. But I didn't like dolls. I liked animals.
Did you like Beanie Babies?
No, I didn't get into Beanie Babies. You know what I really like? I liked stuffed animals. I liked stuffed animal cats, and I liked Lion King.
For those who are listening on their phones only, I just made a very wild face at Lindsay, a very judgmental glare.
A judgmental glare over my my very innocent cat obsession.
But like, to what age stuffed animals? Like up until like, were you prepubescently having crushes on young movie stars?
Oh yeah.
And then and also holding stuffed animals?
Yes, actually.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's clarifying.
Yeah. I mean,
being your friend.
I know. I slept with, first of all, I also believed in Santa Claus till I was 12 because I refused to not acknowledge it. I mean, I just like wanted the magic to be real. And
I think I figured it out. I don't have like a big traumatic moment with Santa Claus. I think I was just like, no, this doesn't seem. And I think that was my mom just now, and I was like,
yeah,
good one, guys. I guess good one. But now I'm going to milk it.
Did they keep up the facade?
No, but we just always got presents from Santa on Christmas, like March from Santa up until I was 18. Is that embarrassing to admit?
No, I think that's actually why I didn't want to admit Santa wasn't real, because I wanted the magic of getting gifts from Santa.
So once you figured out Santa wasn't real, your parents would just be like, oh, so no more presents from him.
Yeah.
That's it? But so wait, would other people get presents from Santa? Like, would your mom get a present from Santa? Or your dad? Or your siblings?
I actually really question if my dad ever participated in the gift giving process. Because I don't, because if anything, no, maybe he did. Maybe he did.
And then everyone stopped getting Santa presents when you figured it out. That's deeply traumatic.
No, I mean, it wasn't a big moment, but you know what it was? I think like my parents were just tired of keeping up the facade. And so they were just kind of like, I was like, is Santa real? And my mom was like, ugh, fine. I was like, fine, I'll admit it. And then I think I admitted it to kids at school that I still believed in Santa.
Oh, so you're a terrorist. Oh, I thought you were like, I thought you said I told kids at school that he wasn't real.
No, I was like, well, I believe in Santa. And people were like, and we'll fucking destroy your soul.
Haven't you ever seen the Santa Claus horror?
The Tim Santa Allen? Claus is like, it's one of my favorite movies.
I watched it because 1,000 times when I was a kid. I want to be clear with that. I think I've watched it once in my adultness, but as a kid, because I thought those elves were hot. Watching it though, as an adult, I'm like, this is so, I can't watch it because I'm
watching it as an adult. Those elves are still hot.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. No, I didn't. I said the voice of the elf that rescues them at the end, like when he rescues them from jail. And he's got that like scratchy voice, that kind of like JTT scratchy voice. Like, that like informed every man that I went for in my 20s. That voice was all God. I was looking for. Was a scratchy, like, what are you doing?
You're talking about the dude with like the backpack on that had like whatever, like magic.
I can't even. Yeah, the tinsel. Tinsel.
Yeah, he was just like, "Oh man, no problem."
But then when I watched it this Christmas, because I was just watching a bunch of holiday movies, I was like, I can't. this is uncomfortable, and I don't like it. You have to put yourself back into that body of a preteen.
I watched it as an adult, and I still like the visuals of it.
Yeah.
And
shaken, not stirred.
Oh, that's the other thing. That
not
scene,
too hot.
There is something
chocolate
to be discussed. That scene felt inappropriate. That felt inappropriate.
Wait, but I just said that all out of order. So what is it? Is extra hot? No, extra chocolate. Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, and she's in his bedroom and speaking in a low, sexy register, and that part upset me.
That
did make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's probably bad messaging.
Judy. That was her name, Judy.
Judy, because also the waitress's name was Judy.
Exactly.
I mean, this is what podcast audiences have been wanting to talk about.
I mean, yes, absolutely. The Santa Claus
holiday movies in January. This is what this podcast is about. Or in February or March, whenever you post this.
It'll be February.
On Valentine's Day, post Valentine's Day.
Oh shit, that's right. I was gonna do a Valentine's Day episode, but I just really think Valentine's Day snacks are bad.
Chocolate?
I mean, it's never good chocolate, though.
What do you mean? Get the good chocolate. You have to get good chocolate to eat good chocolate. That is the law.
Do you do a Valentine's Day thing? Do you do a chocolate thing?
My boyfriend and I, because I would just say Kevin. Kevin and I, our second date was Valentine's Day. So we do stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. We never did anything on Valentine's Day. I think one time we tried to, and we thought it was so funny. And so we just didn't do it again because it just feels weird.
I never wanted to partake in Valentine's Day with any other person. So I don't mean to be. No, it's not. It's just he doesn't take it seriously, and I don't take it seriously. We just have fun, but we don't get each other anything. We just do stuff. I think he gets me flowers.
Well, Nick's birthday is February 18th.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
honestly, that's just a little too close for comfort. So I just think that, 4 days, let's just wrap it into one,
I feel that. I know. As a Sagittarius born near Christmas, I feel the wounds of that.
Yeah. If I have to deal with it, he has to deal with it. And my birthday is even further away from Christmas, so there's no excuse.
I guess.
But let's get back to these fucking chips. So what was the deal? You came home from school every day and it was chips and salsa time. What was the snack environment in your household like?
My mom wasn't necessarily, she's not the most adventurous cook, but we always had staples. So there was always a cucumber salad with vinegar in the fridge, or some radishes. And then those 10-minute meals were really big, so those were always in the fridge. But chips and salsa were there was always chips and salsa in the fridge. And it's a plateless food. You don't have to, no cleanup. You take it down to the basement and just crush it, and then throw in the trash.
Did you have a finished basement?
What does finished mean?
Well, finished just means there's a couch down there. Our basement was storage only.
Yeah, there was a couch down there. It was carpeted, but it was cold, and there was a laundry room down there. It was cold.
TV.
Yeah, I think my mom at some point was like, you little a-holes watch too much TV and it's annoying and I have to be a lawyer. So go downstairs.
I think having a room where you can banish your kids to get out of your face is not a bad idea.
Yeah. And then I think the TV was upstairs, downstairs at some point. I don't know. We moved around. But the main house was downstairs, upstairs. That's when the chips and salsa really hit home.
I love that. What about sleepover party, chips and salsa? I mean, you had the
See,
celery sleepover, which sounds like a living nightmare.
I was not a kid who like wanted to share who I was with other people. I really wanted to blend in because like maybe like 5 times I was mocked in like really hard in a way that hurt my heart.
Oh,
And I was like, okay, nope. I'm just going to be like you. And so like my whole identity was just like, I don't know, what are you doing? Like the kids wore Asics, I bought Asics, you know. It's just like
yeah.
I didn't know who I was. So I was just like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're eating celery, we're being anorexics? Got it.
Man,
All
it's weird that
right.
anorexia was so cool. It was
It
just
was
you know what though? Now I'm remembering I grew up with like all naturally skinny girls.
oh
Like
yeah. No, North
so
Dakota.
yeah.
There's no like there was no one. I mean, I was not even big at all. Like I was a size 12, which I think like in 2004 the size 12 was different because like how am I still a size 12? Like that doesn't make sense. So
Right.
it had to have been smaller, but I've been a size 12 my whole life, my entire life. Like up and down a little bit, but like I was small. Like I was not big at all. So it's just like I was the one that was like, "You're fat." Like someone came up to me one day and was like, I will never forget his name, and I'll call him out right now, Brian Niesemeyer. "You're fat." And then he just walked away. And I was like, okay. And I'm sitting with one of the coolest girls in middle school at that point. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's just like, anyway, moving on. Like we didn't address it, but I was just like, got
Interesting.
it. I'm fat. All right.
Mm.
Cool.
I relate to that because I was like a chubby kid, but I also had a thyroid problem that was undiagnosed.
Yeah.
And I was like overweight. I mean, I don't like that word overweight. I was
No, it's
like,
not a real word.
no. And like, but I was like bigger than my friends and
Yeah.
everybody could shop at like limited too. And I went there and like
Abercrombie.
yes. And like size 16 was like the highest they had at limited two and children's sizes. And I couldn't fit into it. So they would get matching outfits. And I would be like, I can't. And they're like, oh, it's because you're fat. Like they were just so mean and would like, I totally relate to that.
Well, clothes weren't made for our bodies. They weren't made for any like normal person's body. Like the best thing that was made in the Y2Ks was that Old Navy polar fleece. You could
Oh
zip
my
up over a
God.
long sleeve. That saved my
Yes.
life. I remember this
Same.
girl was like, and I'm just gonna like air all my grievances about middle school.
Please. Please.
Okay, starting out, Jacqueline Johnson, she was a Miss North Dakota. Let's sell her
Yeah.
out right now. Let's tag her in the comments. Let's really like make her feel bad. She once said
Make
to me,
her feel bad.
I wore my Old Navy fleece on Friday and then I washed it. And then on Monday I wore it again. And she was like, "You're wearing the same thing in a row." And I was like, now I have to be aware of this. So now I have to wear only boring clothes, but now I have to be aware of when I wear them. You notice this? I was so mad. I was like, I'm trying to be invisible, you fucks.
Ah.
Can't notice a basic vest, bro, is navy blue. Like, how do you notice that? I don't know.
God. You know what sucks is I was actually really confident when I was a bigger kid. Well, it sucks because then I like went anorexic and then was like the most insecure in the world. Like I was emotionally insecure. It was right around when I was like 10, like 8, 9, 10, 12 and or not 11. No, I forgot 11. But it was like right around that age and I remember because I remember like wearing cool clothes anyway and they were like tighter because the other girls were wearing it and I was like I had glitter on and I was like I'm at the roller rink. I'm fucking living my life. And then that's when people would be like you look weird. Like that's you look fat. And I'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then when I, like, lost a bunch of weight and nobody said anything, like, people were like, "Oh, you don't look great now." And I was like, "I hate myself."
No, I remember being in my worst, like, I never really had like severe eating disorder issues. That was for other people. I was just like copying. Like, I really didn't have an eating disorder. I just copied people. So, but at my worst, I was normal size, probably like a 10 or an 8.
Yeah.
And I had a very thin friend, and they were like, "Oh my God, you don't eat anything. Like, are you anorexic?" And she was like, "I eat so much food." And I'm sitting there with like my baked Lay's and my water, and I'm like, "No one's noticing me.
It's so fucking
I have
twisted.
problems too."
It's so twisted. It's so, I mean, girls have such a different snacking experience as kids than guys do as they get older.
As I've like listened to your podcast, I've heard a lot of men be like, "This is unhealthy. This is healthy. This is unhealthy. This is healthy." Like they have
Yeah.
ideas about what health is too, and they're all just talking shit because it's all shit. First of all, I actually
Yeah.
want to talk about this. Can I address something as a fan?
Mhm.
I don't think candy should be a snack. Candy's not a snack. Candy's a treat. Snacks are
Wait.
snacks. Candy
I
is
don't think,
if you
okay.
if you were like pack snacks for the kids, you're not packing like Shock Tarts. Sorry, no offense to that person who picked Shock Tarts, but he was just the person I thought of, and I listened to it and I enjoyed it. But I was like, this is not a snack.
I think I disagree because I think that like kids would have it. I knew so many kids that would have a candy bar after school, that would
Totally.
have like I used to get Sour Patch Kids in school from the vending machine.
We had that too, and the girls, and we had a gas station a block away from middle school, and the girls would get those blue things, and they would turn their mouths blue in Pride time.
Yes. Yes.
And we had all that, but that's not a snack. That's candy.
Well, what? I
A
mean,
treat.
how is candy different? Okay, I don't think candy should be
Is Mountain Dew a
treat,
snack?
though. No, but it's a liquid. It's a drink. So drinks and snacks are debatable, but
Is
candy,
bubblegum a snack?
it's not a candy. It's gum.
Bubblegum is candy.
Bubblegum's not candy. And also I say this
What is
as
it?
I'm
What is it?
eating
What is
these
wait,
weird gummy
stop.
clusters.
Wait, stop. What is gum?
Gum is
What
gum. It's its own
gum
category.
is not gum. No.
Gum is its own category.
That's crazy.
No,
I
it's
disagree.
not.
It's absolute. You're wrong, and we're fighting again.
What category is candy if it's not a snack?
It's a treat, like a dessert. Chocolate cake is in the snack. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat it whenever you want. I love freaking candy. I'm a Jolly Rancher hound, but I would never qualify that as a snack. That is a sucky, crunchy, disappeary.
But okay, so for lollipops and for like the hard candy, I could see that. But like, I just feel like if you're eating chocolate or a bag of Skittles or like something like that, that's
I'll say like an oatmeal cream pie is closer to a snack.
Nothing should be labeled
a Reese's
dessert
peanut butter
food.
cup, a Reese's peanut butter. What did I just say? A Reese's peanut butter cup. I did say that. I did.
I like it.
That's not a snack. That's a dessert. That's a treat. Anyway, I delete the episodes if you want, I guess.
No, I mean, look, you're allowed to have your opinion. This
I
is
am.
like, I think desserts are snacks because you can eat them any time of day when you're an adult.
Yeah, but okay, that's fair. Because I did eat ice cream for lunch the other day.
Oh,
but that to me was like a meal. I was like, this is my lunch.
Well, yeah. I mean, it also depends. Like, I'll eat a pint of ice cream for lunch, depending on what it is, and then be like, great, I had a meal. I mean, is it a real meal? No.
I mean, celery and peanut butter would have been like another childhood snack.
Yeah.
But like, I eat a
ton
of candy. I mean, I wouldn't like make it like ants on a, like I'm making myself ants on. I was a latchkey kid, I'm not putting ants on a log. I'm like dipping it into peanut butter and going.
You know what? Didn't they have prepackaged snacks that were like a little thing of peanut butter and some celery?
Yeah, but I don't do pre-cut fruit or pre-cut vegetables.
Why?
It's not okay. This might be a weird thing. Maybe someone else out there has it. Maybe someone listening right now. But, and I want to be honest here, and I want to be like vulnerable. If I don't see the fruit being cut, it disgusts me, and it makes me think slop juice, and I'm like, what? Whose hands could have been in all this? And like, where are the seeds? And like, is there a stem attached to that grape? Not for me.
Interesting.
The only thing I can kind of mess with is pre-cut pineapple, because pineapple is such a notoriously hard fruit to get into. But that's about it. Anything else, go to hell. I love those fruit stands because they cut it in front of you. And I'm like, yes, this is what I want.
Well, also anything like pre-cut. I mean, those were never ideal, but every now and then I would get one and I would be like, okay, this works. But like, I don't like pre-cut now because it just like tastes different. I don't care who cut it.
I mean, if it's packaged, it feels wasteful. I think like my mom coming from South America, like we lived in like, she lived there for like 10 years. And it was just like, we were just about like getting fruit and like staples and like rice and beans. Yeah. And it was never like anything wild. It was like
my mom,
the whole thing though.
My mom tried to make fruit a dessert.
That's I mean, I'm sorry to your mom, but that is horrible parenting.
I mean, I don't know if it's horrible parenting as much as it's like she really tried to convince me that fruit was a dessert. But you know what? That was also hot. That was like when, like, before health food culture was identified as being like the same thing as diet culture.
But they sold things in the 1950s to people based on getting a small waist. So then these like little tricks were like a grapefruit in the morning. That's where that came from. It came from a very old diet book. That was a good old diet book. Like old magazine, like from the first.
She just didn't want me to have anything artificial. And like would be like, isn't sometimes like, and it's also like as an adult, I get like I've eaten an apple after dinner and been like, this is satisfying, but it's because I wanted an apple. It's not because I wanted dessert. You know what I mean? Like I've had, and to like,
you want something
I was
sweet.
like very,
you want a little something sweet.
Yeah. I was like, I want something sweet. And so, but she would be, I think there was like I was big, like dessert every fucking day. It was like dessert was essential. And sometimes she would just be like, well, what about? And I was like, no, like so upset over it.
I don't know. I mean, like if that seems different than what you're characterizing is, like she tried to get me to believe that fruit was a dessert, as a moderately suggesting every once in a while you replace your chocolate sundae with like a bowl of raspberries and cream.
Yeah. She would be like, it was that. It wasn't like fruit. You can only have fruit as dessert. She was like, to clarify for my mom, no, she would just be like, oh, why don't we have pears for dessert with a little bit of cinnamon? And I was like, fuck you, Mom. I want ice cream and I want it now.
We didn't have ice cream in the house all the time. So like a poached pear with cinnamon and butter is a delicacy. It's delicious.
But you're like describing something way more elevated than what it would be. It would literally be a cut up pear with cinnamon.
So I took that carrots recipe we talked about, and I have introduced that through my whole life with all foods. I've tried to put butter and cinnamon on everything. And like butter and cinnamon on like a pear or an apple. I used to like, shove butter in an apple and like cinnamon and then like bake it in tinfoil. Like I was always about like random stuff you saw on like Good Morning America, like random weird hack recipes. I don't even know where you got that stuff at that age. So like I was finding it somewhere, but like I don't have a thing with dessert. Like I don't have a thing with that.
Interesting. Okay, like, so you're not like that's not your thing.
I mean, it's not like I love dessert, but I don't have like an issue. Like I'm not like I should deprive dessert deserve, I don't believe in that. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
you need, it's Eredivic. Is that the right way to pronounce that? Or
I
the,
have no idea what
you know
that
what I'm
word
talking about?
is.
Put something sweet on your tongue. It's like good for you. It like creates dopamine.
Oh, interesting.
It's
I
part of a
feel like
balanced meal.
when I started feeding myself, I mean, when I was in high school, I stopped eating dessert. It was like when I was a kid that dessert was structured. But when I was in high school, I was like, I have a car. If I'm gonna eat candy for breakfast, I'm gonna eat candy for
So
breakfast.
when you like would drive around in your car and get food, you would go get candy and not like fast food?
No, well,
Because it was all about like Burger King for us
we
and
had
Taco Bell.
we had the cheap diners, and so we would always
Oh
go to
yeah.
the cheap diners because we could also smoke inside. And so we
Fargo
would go to the
notoriously
diner.
doesn't have diners. We don't have them.
Interesting. Yeah,
Just Denny's.
the diners were it in Jersey because we would just like be able to go, we could smoke, nobody said anything, nobody was like asked questions. You could get like whatever small. We used to always get toast just because it was like the least expensive and coffee and then just sit there and chow down.
As
And
a
that was
server, as a ex-server, I would be like, fuck these kids.
same, same. I became a server and I was like, wow, really not appropriate, especially if there's like a wait.
Yeah.
If there's a wait and you're like, calm the fuck on. Um, yeah, not ideal. I remember when my mom I mean, like I said, like my mom was like big on health food, but she did introduce the hint of lime chips at one point until
Oh yeah,
she
that was
figured
my
out.
mom bringing that in the
Was
house
it?
for sure. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
adult thing to introduce to children. I think she bought it originally as like, this will be my thing that my
Yeah.
kids won't devour. And then my sister and I were like, yummy.
That's like
We're a
that's the
lime
thing.
household.
The mom's snacks. My mom brought it in and then she realized that there were the green flecks on it and that were like artificial and she was like, "Oh no, not anymore." And I was like, "Nope, you can't, no take backs because
Yeah.
this is good."
It's just like food coloring. It's like, do you eat Jello? Like, do you have a problem with Jello?
Yeah, we weren't allowed to eat, which my mom would make jello she would make fruit juice jello. I'm not even joking. She would make fruit My mom would make fruit juice Jello. We weren't allowed to have the packaged hot chocolate. She would give us, unsweetened cocoa powder
I mean, my
and
mom
milk.
bought it's that's like we did that because we were poor, not like necessarily because my mom wouldn't allow it. Like if like we could have it, she would get it. But like we had cocoa powder in the house, so I learned to make hot chocolate with cocoa powder, which is not
Right.
a bad thing. That's not like you just have to load it with sugar, like 3 tablespoons.
Oh, no, we wouldn't put sugar in it.
That's a crime. That doesn't even work. Have you tried to make? It's just like a froth. You're just making
No,
a weird froth,
it was just
like a
like there was
dirty.
no sugar in it, just like the
You need to
cocoa
stop
powder.
passing on these anorexic diet tips to your audience of future eaters. Like,
Oh, it just
truly,
no, it's no, I mean,
people are
let's
like,
be
I'm
clear.
taking notes. Hmm?
And, like, obviously,
Don't
in
put sugar in it.
my mom's defense, she really truly thought she was doing the right thing and was coming from this place of, like, health and feeling good about yourself, and it
My
was
mom
like,
my mom thought she was doing the right thing by giving us tons of pasta and bread because it was at the bottom of the food pyramid. And she was like, I remember when we were like 15, 16, she was like, fucking Reagan made me feed you all this fucking bread and pasta. Why you're fat.
oh my god. Yeah, when pasta went out of style, it was a tragedy. That really, like that fucked me up.
So, gluten-free pasta has really come a long way.
It has. I don't think I have a gluten problem, but
It's
I
just easier.
feel yeah, I mean, we made homemade pasta for Christmas last year, and that was really good, but then I was also like, I like to eat things in large quantities, and I like to eat them for a long time, and I could really only, like, handle a small amount, and it bummed me out because it was so heavy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like get it because it's just out. I ate a whole pizza last night from Crispy Crust, so I'm
Ugh.
not like bread phobic,
Sure,
as
sure.
some people would say. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I probably like gluten free. I like, let's try it all.
Yeah.
If it's good, I'll eat. Like the gluten free pasta tastes exactly the same.
Well, gluten-free pastries tend to have a better taste because of the rice flour, which is, like, naturally a little sweeter. So, gluten-free pastries can kind of like they have their shit together a bit if you use, like, the right kind of whatever, and so I'm a fan of rice flour for that reason because 'cause I love sweets.
I don't think I've ever had a gluten-free pastry. I think I out-pastried myself when I was working, like, coffee shops in New York City.
Mm.
I'm not hunting for it. I'm not like, "Let me get that chocolate croissant." I'm like, "I worked at Balthazar, like, you can't impress me."
That's
Like,
so I worked at a bunch of coffee shops, and I also worked at Starbucks. I
I'd
worked
have
at,
to
like
retrain every Starbucks employee that ever walked through my door. Ugh.
I mean, that makes sense. You really had to elevate them as soon as they stepped in. Um, Wait, so I wanna play some games. We're gonna play true or false. We've got 5 different statements. You have to tell me if they're true or false and see if you win. And if you win nothing, just to be clear. You don't win anything.
But I win your admiration, I win the
Well, and
respect of your audience.
your pride. You win pride. So that's
I will always have pride.
I mean, um, so first, here's the first statement. All season Tostitos chips have pork in them.
False.
It's true.
What?
They have
All season Tostitos chips. I should have thought.
a
Of course.
they have a
Is it
pork enzyme for flavor.
I mean, that sounds good.
I mean, it sounds good to me too. It's not like it's basically they're using I mean, it's kinda great that they're using it for
Yeah,
flavor.
do you like chicharrones? Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yummy.
Pork rinds. Yeah, I
Yeah,
fucking love them.
yeah.
But they're not kosher, and they are not suitable for the plain ones don't, but the flavored ones do, and so, yeah, they're not suitable for vegetarians either.
I've never had all season. No, well, I mean, a vegetarian are really? Is a
No,
vegetarian going,
all
"A
the
pork
different season
enzyme
no, the
is
kind
stopping me"?
not all season, but, like, all of the seasoned ones.
No, wait, all of the seasoned ones?
Yeah, all the
Hint
seasoned flavors, like
like
hint of
what?
lime, hint of like, all of those, they
Has a
have a
pork
pork
enzyme?
enzyme. Yeah,
Whoa, dog. But okay, but here's what I'm saying. It's
okay.
not stopping a vegetarian. It might stop a vegan because they love facts and they like to know facts
Yeah,
about their food. But
right.
like a vegetarian's like, milk, cheese, meat, not for me. Actually, no,
Yeah.
wait, they eat milk and cheese, vegetarians.
Vegetarians eat milk and cheese, but I've known vegetarians who will not eat food that's cooked at the same place meat is.
Okay, but will they eat a pork enzyme they didn't even know was there?
Not if they knew no. I
I
mean,
bet they would. I
I
bet they would.
I've known some my sister was a vegetarian for years, and, I infamously gave her hot dog water for tea, and,
I
arguably that
ordered
shouldn't have been a
Kevin
problem.
I ordered Kevin real burgers when he was a vegetarian and he ate them and now he's not a vegetarian anymore, famously.
You turned him?
I turned him because like it's just like the
That's
pandemic. It's like how many vegetarian recipes can I just create out of my butt?
Why was he vegetarian?
I don't know. Like he had some vegan friends before he met me, and now
Got
and now
it.
he's back to his North Dakotan roots.
Good. Now he's I don't wanna say normalized because I don't wanna, tell anybody that what they eat is normal or not normal, but it sounds like he normalized.
Well, it's just like
Um,
he's gonna eat what I make, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're cooking, that's
I
like
need meat.
kind of
I'm
the
a grown
deal.
girl.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another one. In Japan, they sell hint of seaweed Tostitos.
I would love if they did. Or if like hint of wasabi, but I don't think they
Mm.
do. Just the face you're making. Like it's the
Damn.
face you're
I mean, I
making.
try to keep
I
a
think it's
really straight
false.
face. It is false.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
but that sounds so good.
A hint of wasabi, I didn't even think of. That would be good for sure.
You know, I love wasabi peas. Those are so
Do
delish.
you?
Mm.
Wasabi peas now, I don't think I like the pea part. I'm like,
I
can you
don't think
go
I
with
could
something
eat them
better?
now. But when I was like in my 20s and like housing hot sauce at every point, I was like the runny nose that it just like if
Oh
you just house an
god.
entire container from like the Whole Food store, like I would just be like,
Oh.
yeah, clear me out.
My dad loved wasabi peas. He was like
Wasabi and
so
seaweed,
big on them.
famously not even close to the same flavor. But anyway,
For sure.
sorry.
Absolutely.
And
So
I'm
you
sorry
got
who I
that one
offended.
correct. That is 1 point.
Sick.
And then
Sweet.
here's another one. There's a recipe for sushi nachos on the Tostitos website.
True.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
Yes.
They have like
Yes,
every
because
kind of
it's how you
nacho.
came up with the other question. That's what it is. Mind games.
Actually not.
Okay, whatever.
But no, but they have like every kind of that's like their thing on their website. I mean, they're not even that interesting as a company. I wish they had like scarier roots, but they don't.
I mean, listen, I
Um,
would dip I do dip chips in rice. I will eat rice with chips. Like I would do that. I
is
would.
there sauce on the rice?
There could be.
Is that like
No, there could be. I wouldn't hate this. I wouldn't be like, no, don't have sauce. But if I don't have sauce, if I just have rice and chips, you know what? Chili, but also not. But anything. You can dip chips in anything. But I would
you
say
can? I
maybe
guess I
not raw
have
fish. I don't think I would
that. See, that's.
appreciate that.
But
I
have
had a
you
raw
ever
fish
gone to a
taco the other day.
restaurant? Did you see?
I've
That's
gone to
exactly what I was
restaurants.
gonna
I've gone to
say.
restaurants, many restaurants, lots of them.
Yes. Have you ever been to a restaurant? And then that's the end
Yes.
of my question.
Yes, I have.
No, that's what I was gonna say. The raw fish tacos are
Mm-mm.
like actually really good. So like I can understand that, but with Japanese flavors, I'm
I had one with
confused.
tuna that really upset me, but a shrimp is fine, but like a tuna,
Where'd you get
anything
it from?
I ordered it on Postmates one night and I was like,
Taco tu madre.
it might have been that one. Cause see, I have to order it without stuff. So like, it might have been good if you had all the other stuff that I couldn't eat on it. But basically, I ordered without something, and I thought maybe it had like a little extra flavor. But then they just put like
Right.
tuna on a tostada, and that was it. There was no nothing else, like no cilantro, nothing, and it was just like, I want to cry right now. It was the most upsetting taco experience I ever had.
Well, okay, I'll say this. If it was tacos tu madre, they used to
I
be
think it
so
was.
dope. Yeah, that makes sense because I know I used to get their kale like tuna ahi tuna bowl or whatever, but like they were so dope when they first opened. Truly have gone downhill. And look, I don't want to be. They have 3 locations now. Maybe they're overwhelmed, but we've gotten delivery from them before as well, and it's been like, how do you find this
I
acceptable?
prefer Taco Bell.
There you go. That's the fucking review. I prefer Taco Bell. Okay,
I don't want.
now we have.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I just don't want, as far as like delivering tacos, like it's just like street tacos don't deliver that well.
Yeah,
They don't.
yeah, that's very true. You have to eat them in the car if you go pick
Or
them up.
or it's like a deep fried inside, like a deep fried
Yes.
shrimp, a deep fried fish.
Love a fried fish taco. That is chef's kiss. Okay, so we have chips and salsa is the official snack of Texas, is another statement.
I think that's true.
It is true. You got it.
I feel like I've seen Ted Cruz pushing that on the campaign trail.
Ew. Chips and salsa?
I just feel like I've heard, like literally when you said that, I was like, I just imagined Ted Cruz. I was just like, Ted Cruz has said that to me, like on a television.
Gnarly.
But it probably wasn't him,
Gnarly.
but it's just like, maybe it was just like association.
gnarly.
Yeah, Texas, get it together. I hear Texas, I hear Ted Cruz. Do you want that for your life?
I mean,
I don't
they
think so.
do.
Oh,
They
no.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
And here's the last one. Salsa dancing came before salsa.
That almost doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because I feel like salsa's been around since like there were tomatoes. Give me, oh, you got a little game face on. Can you repeat the question?
Salsa dancing came before salsa, like before it was called salsa.
I think false.
Damn, you're right. You got it.
Yes. Because the Mayans.
The dance was
The
named
Incas.
after the salsa.
The
It was
food. Yeah,
the sauce.
Because fat stuff makes you want to go like this. I'm sorry to my people.
You got it. You got it. It makes you want to. I don't know.
That famous commercial from Seinfeld. Like I only know the commercial, but it's like salsa is the number one condiment in America. It's like, you know why people? You know why? Because people like to say salsa.
There you go.
It's the timing. It's the timing of the commercial.
So you got 4 out of 5 right. So
'Cause I'm a genius.
congratulations. You're a genius. A fish.
I'm a model and I'm smart.
Yeah, you're a model. See, okay, anybody that says models aren't smart, excuse me.
Have you met me?
No. And now they have, and now
I'm a plus model who knows about food. Find one else. Do you know it? Do you know another person? Another plus model who knows about food? I doubt it.
No, absolutely not. Truly. Okay, so we're gonna play Fuck, Marry, Kill Polly now.
Great. I love when your guests don't know what poly means and you have to explain it to them. It's like my favorite part of the show.
I mean, I don't have to explain it to you because you get it. And
I do.
So that's perfect. I love when people are like, I'm like, have you not heard anybody that's poly yelling about being poly? How do you not know what poly is? Like you have to,
they just, I think those people just, they tone it down. They turn it down.
They're like, oh, I have no idea. And it's like,
what is that?
Ashamed. Yeah.
It's like, and just like that, polyamory was a thing.
And just like that.
And just like that, people fuck more than one person?
Yeah. Non-monogamy, baby.
That's my show.
I mean, people love it. Okay, so here are your categories. We have snacks you eat while driving, airplane snacks, and hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
So we'll start with the snacks you eat while driving. One of these is going to upset you. I didn't realize it would, but now I do. Okay, we've got 1, a burrito. 2, McDonald's French fries. 3, a lollipop, which you don't think is a snack. 4,
I don't think it's a snack, but it's edible, and I would eat it. I love lollipops.
And then 4, a milkshake.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Fuck. Wait. So we got a burrito. I'm going to kill burrito. I don't need that in my life. That's
interesting.
How do you, and then like, what if you have to do like a turn? You're like, no, it's too messy. Absolutely too messy for me. Kill burrito. Okay. Now this is where it gets tricky because I love McDonald's French fries, but you can't eat them all the time. But they're the best and have the most happiest memories. And then the other one's lollipop, and then the other one is what?
Milkshake.
I guess
best snack to eat while driving. Like,
here's the thing.
Frame it.
Milkshake is I don't eat dairy, famously.
Right. Famously, that's right.
Famously, I don't have dairy. My doctor says, and I've told the world this, and now I'm telling you, I don't eat dairy. So milkshake is tough, but old body who did have milkshakes, I would fuck a milkshake. And then I would poly the French fries, and I would I would fucking marry a lollipop.
What kind of lollipop?
I'm really into those dum-dums. I love a dum-dum because I'm not a sucker. I don't love the suck.
Sure.
I like it. I like a
Sure.
suck too. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Same. Oh my God.
I don't last long. One time I tried to do that 100 licks and I was like, bitch, this is more than 100. And I was like, crunch, crunch, crunch. Give me that gum. Give me that Tootsie Roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm exactly the same way. I need the crunch. And Dum-Dums, what's your favorite flavor Dum-Dum? Because I literally had just had an episode come out where Mike Falzone said that he hated the butterscotch flavor.
Sure, it's not the right. That one's not great. And then
What?
And the
What
root
about
beer.
root beer?
No, like it's not what you want. Listen, if I want a root beer flavor in my mouth, I'll be like, yeah, give me that dum dum. If I want a butterscotch flavor in my mouth and there's a butterscotch dum dum, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll take that. But if I want a dum dum, man, I want a cherry. Honestly, anything but those two and mango. I don't really like because I love mango flavor.
Mango dum dum?
Yeah, I think it's mango. If it's not mango, it's just dull orange. But that couldn't be the case. It's mango. I got like a variety pack. I'm pretty sure it's mango. Or tropical. It's just like dull. It's not like there's no, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I like tropical candy flavors. Now that I'm thinking about it, I never really got jazzed about like the tropical Starburst and shit.
Oh no, tropical Starbursts are the shit. I don't like banana anything, but banana anything can go to HE double hockey sticks.
Nope.
Yeah,
I love banana flavor.
If you eat a banana on me, we're dead. Like you're dead to me. Like if you eat a banana on me and leave the peel near me, I will never speak to you again.
So funny. So you don't even eat real bananas.
The smell of banana makes me gag. There was one year where I was like, I'm gonna eat bananas, and I did, and I like made myself like them, and then they went bad in my house, and I was like, never again. In the trash.
I mean,
trash, they go.
They kind of smell better when they go bad, though. When they start to like get like rot.
See, I love banana bread, but I can't make it because I can't have those in my house. Like I can't do it. I can't make it, but I'll eat it.
Interesting.
But that's the only banana flavor I will like is a banana bread. Yeah, sorry. I know we got this banana, but dum-dums, anything with tartness that gets rid of my like marijuana breath.
I love a tart flavor. So you're going to marry the French fries. No, you're marrying the lollipop. You're going to fuck the milkshake. You're going to poly with the French fries.
Yeah, because I can share those with Kevin.
Oh, see, that's so nice. You're a sharing girl.
I know. I wonder if he'll share any of his snacks with me if he's on this podcast. He's a comedian for anyone listening. He deserves to be on this more than I do.
He will. No, you both are equally deserving.
Yes, credit.
You're a model, Marcelle. Do you not understand that trumps comedian?
Sell those Target clothes, baby.
Yeah, that's like 100 times cooler than being a comedian.
It's really not.
I mean, sure. I think it is. I would actually agree with most of your choices, but I would swap I would marry the French fries, poly the lollipop, because I just think French fries are such a good car food. I can't see myself eating McDonald's French fries anywhere but the car.
Okay, but like when you're saying poly a lollipop, like, are you like sharing it? Like, I don't want another person's mouth on my lollipop. Like, just the idea of that is upsetting.
I would so I'd marry the French fries, and then occasionally I would get myself a Dum Dum, and I would be like, hey, the French fries are at home. I'm out on the town. Let's get together. And I would be like, have a Dum Dum. I like a butterscotch. I like a mature flavor. So
here's the thing. You're saying this like you're better than everyone else, but you're actually not, because like everyone loves butterscotch flavoring. It's just that it's not the preferred status of a butterscotch flavor.
Look, that's fine. It's like dating an old man. Like my French fries are normal, and then like my poly would be an old man. Like a root beer.
No, your poly is like a Shasta. Like it's like okay, I guess I want 7-Up. I'll get like lemon lime Shasta.
No, I feel like your poly is like, I mean, I guess different people poly differently. I feel like my poly is just like, I like you, but like not enough. Like, I'll
Wow.
take you, but like just not. And then the milkshake, it's like,
And who was
I don't,
arguing for candy just a few minutes ago? And now you completely flip flopped.
I mean,
180,
look,
180 queen.
I still think that they are a snack, but I just think that I have made myself sick with sugar so many times. And
Sure,
I also,
you can get those keto suckers,
oh,
the
and
good pops.
they make you shit.
No, they don't have aspartame in them. No, they don't
I
make you
got
shit. I
I
eat
got
them
like
all the time.
I got these like aspartame, or I got like some like keto pops or something like that, and literally was shitting water.
Are
It
you
was like,
kidding?
no, I swear to God. And they
That
were
might be
really
something
good.
else you ate, because I'm telling you, I eat these pops every day, and like I've never
I
been
think
better. I've
it
never
might
been
be
better.
a different brand
They're
because like
called good
kind
pops. I
these
could go
might
get them,
be
but I don't want to get up because I'm wearing sweatpants.
no, these might be different. I don't know what they are, but they made me for sure shit water. And I was
It's
like,
terrible.
great. If I want a lollipop, I'll have a lollipop. And then I just got blow pops and was like, this feels better.
Sure, blow pops are nice.
But my
Watermelon
teeth
only,
did not have that sugar. Yeah, watermelon,
only,
100%.
only.
Watermelon blow pop. I'll eat
If
them
you
all because
if you pick another flavor besides watermelon, I'm like psychopath. Like
yeah,
you're nuts. You're nuts. Unless you're a guy and you pick grape, and I'm like, okay, because you like have not been taught well. But
I do love grape.
like a person who picks grape is like uncultured in my opinion. But they,
Yeah.
you know, their flavor profile hasn't like advanced. That's all.
I mean, I love grape
And
flavored.
cherries for old people. Cherry is for your mom.
Cherries, I used to get, remember when we would get like, when you were sick, did you ever get those Ludens
Yeah,
lozenges? Like
cherry.
our school nurse would give them out, and
Those are
they
good.
were candy, 100%. And they were so delicious. And so sometimes that's what cherry flavor tastes like. Sugar
Mm.
Bear, if you don't get the fuck away from me, I swear to God.
Abusing your
Um,
cat?
oh yeah, that's my whole shtick now, is just
Yeah.
abusing her. Okay, understood. Um, okay, so here's your next section, airplane snacks.
Love an
Here we
airplane
go.
snack. Famously, always have to get airplane snacks, even if I'm not hungry. Even if I
Really?
ate already. Yeah, have to.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so here we've got
So
peanuts,
let's hit it.
pretzels, Biscoff cookies, which are specifically for JetBlue, I believe.
No, I think they're Delta too.
Are they? Or maybe
I
they are
mean,
only Delta. Or maybe I don't know. But Biscoff cookies, and the last one is a charcuterie board, which I don't know if you consider that a meal, but they offer it on
it's
planes
a
now
snack.
because they're
It's a snack
okay,
because
good.
it's under the snack column.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mary charcuterie board. Because I
Okay.
love getting out my credit card on a plane and being like, hey, yeah, charge it. Okay. It's fine. The $7, the $9. I'm rich, bitch. You don't know who I am.
They charge like $15 for a fucking
$15. I'm a
charcuterie board.
baller in the skies.
Oh my God.
Okay. And then fucking buck peanuts. No, Polly peanuts. Polly
Okay.
peanuts. Fuck pretzels. And kill those Biscoff cookies. I never want them. Get them off my table. I always say
Oh my
pass. Pass. You have the Biscoff
God.
cookies? Pass.
I
And peanuts aren't even on a plane anymore. Talk
Oh,
about it.
that's true. I totally forgot they don't do that because of the allergy. Have you ever heard of a peanut allergy?
Have I ever heard? Honey, they're ruining my life.
I would kill the peanuts. I'm fine with them being off. Like I don't care for a peanut snack unless they're
Like a
honey roasted.
They're often honey roasted. They're often honey roasted.
Yeah, but this is plain peanuts for this.
They're okay, but they're well roasted peanuts. Those plain peanuts are good roasties.
I honestly don't. I just don't care for. I like a pecan. I like
What?
I like a nut mix.
Like a candied pecan, not
Well, no,
a
I like
plain
a
one.
normal, like a roasted pecan. I will get pecans and roast them in my oven and then put them back in the bag just so I can like eat them like that. It's so luxurious. I'm obsessed.
I
Highly
used to do that
recommend
with
it.
walnuts. I like a walnut. I'm more of a
Yeah.
walnut person.
Walnuts are good. I like Brazil nuts too.
Did you
I
ever
mean, I
crack
love
a
nuts.
walnut when you were a kid? Like, did you
Yeah.
ever like I loved Christmas time when they bring out the nut crackers, but not
Oh
the
my
like
God.
nut crackers, but like the nutcrackers, like
The
the
real
grips.
ones.
Yeah, and you'd like sit there with your grandpa on his like, what are those chairs called that lean back, lazy boys,
Rocking
and
chair.
just
Oh,
crack
lazy boy.
nuts,
Recliner.
watch golf. Yeah, that's memories for me.
We used to have nuts like that, and that was a big sell for me. I mean, I like the interactive piece of it and all of that, but peanuts, I don't care for as much. So I would kill the peanuts, and I would. I mean, a charcuterie board is good, but it's so overwhelming sometimes. It's either overwhelming, and I can't imagine on a plane it would be. You know what? I don't want a charcuterie board on a plane because just thinking about it makes me constipated. So I'm going to fuck the charcuterie board and I'm going to marry the Biscoff cookies and then I'm going to poly with the pretzels.
This
And those
is
are my
just
choices.
so opposite from me in every way, and I mean, yeah, I mean, live your life, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
I will also say about the charcuterie board, if it's all fruit, like if it's a fruit heavy, as I've discussed, I won't go for it. But if it's a cracker cheese meat, it's more of a in for me.
I actually forgot there's fruit on charcuterie board.
Sometimes there's grapes, and that's gross.
Yeah.
I don't touch them.
I'm fine with that. I like a little fruit jelly, a little fig jam, if you
Oh,
will.
yes.
Little
Fruit
fig
jam?
jam, but
Yeah, give me any sort of jam.
maybe no, I don't know if I like a strawberry. I like
No,
a
not with meat and
fig.
cheese. Not with
I
meat
like
and
a
cheese.
date.
Sure. Raspberry,
Date. Yes, those belong on
currant,
there.
black currant.
Black currants. Those
Mm.
belong, but I still can't do like a whole I don't wanna do a whole deal.
I'm gonna be honest, as my poly partner pretzel. Is that what I polyed? I don't remember.
Yes, you
Or I
polyed with
fucked it.
pretzels.
Did I fuck pretzels? I think I fucked pretzels.
No, wait, no.
No, I polyed peanuts and I fucked pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretzels to me, I will often refuse. My poly partner's not getting a lot of action from me.
Why?
It's just like on a plane, it's dry enough. I don't need it in my mouth.
That's true, but I just love pretzels. I always say, "Oh, I'll take them, but I won't eat them." And then I'm like, I forget how good pretzels are.
Yeah, I often refuse a pretzel. I'm gonna just take the ginger ale.
Again, the only reason why I will refuse a pretzel is because it will make me constipated for the rest of my life. But
Right.
otherwise,
Yeah, if we take all that out of it.
yeah, take all that out of it. Okay, so the last one we have is hors d'oeuvres. So here are your choices for hors d'oeuvres. You have deviled eggs, pigs in a blanket, a mini quiche, and bruschetta.
Okay, I'm fucking the bruschetta. Because I like bruschetta, but like it's not the first thing I'm ordering.
Sure.
But it's good. If someone orders it and they're like, "You want some of this?" I'm like, "I'll fuck with that. Yeah, hell yeah."
Yeah.
Okay, and then pigs in a blanket we're killing because I'm classy, and also I just like don't care. I don't care about that. Like this doesn't do anything for me.
Blowing my mind.
What were the other two? What were the other two?
Deviled eggs and
deviled
mini
eggs.
quiche.
Oh, I'm marrying mini quiche for sure.
Okay.
And polying deviled eggs. Yeah.
Okay.
Deviled eggs are like a new thing. Like I love them, but I don't think
Well,
of them
you made
often.
them and
I
you made
did
them
because I was
deliciously.
like, what's an hors d'oeuvre that I can make that they can just snack on and that'll be easy for me to make. And I did that. And I did that
You
thing.
did.
And I did that.
You did that, and you did
So
that. Yeah.
paprika.
I mean, that makes sense. Here's the thing, pigs in a blanket are one of the most ultimate hors d'oeuvres for me.
But
Like,
like,
that
is that an
is
hors d'oeuvre? Are we talking like amuse bouche, like the pass arounds?
yeah. Like, it's like if you
Ooh.
go to the way I think about it is like, you go to a buffet and they've got all of the snacks or hors d'oeuvres on like a hotel type buffet,
Oh
which
shit. Okay,
RIP.
wait. I might want to change my answer. Say them all again.
Okay, deviled eggs, pigs in a blanket, mini quiche, and bruschetta.
Okay, I'm killing the bruschetta. I'm marrying
Yes,
the mini
that's the right
quiche
choice.
because I've done the pass around stuff, and so I've eaten all that stuff. And actually, I am Pauling the pigs in a blanket because at those things are good. Those, and you can dip them in mustard. And that if there's a funnel for mustard in my life, honey, I am finding it, and that is mine.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
and the other one is the
deviled eggs.
deviled eggs. Yeah, Pauling, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, agree much more with those choices.
yeah.
Bruschetta always seems like a good idea, and then I eat it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
I
It's
wouldn't,
falling
but
apart.
as a pass around,
Tomatoes are everywhere.
yeah, that's a mess. That's just a mess waiting to happen. Like you need a napkin for that. You need to like, can I get a
Yeah,
napkin? You know, like, and you're like, yeah, here's a napkin. You know, and they're like, I gotta get more napkins. These people are constantly eating this bruschetta. They need like 2
yeah.
napkins for this bruschetta.
Last time I ate it, I like made a decision with myself where I was like, you don't need to get bruschetta anymore because you don't like it. And
No,
I was
and
like,
like,
okay,
I mean, if you're ordering at a restaurant, it's a great little share.
yes,
If
it
there's some
is.
like
It's a great
balsamic
little share.
vinegar, some mozzarella balls,
If it's
make
yes,
your
if it's like
own.
a caprese if it's caprese-ish, then yes, but if it's just like the tomato shit, I'm just like, I don't fucking need that.
No, no,
But
no. And then the bread will
I
get
would
soggy. That's a disaster.
100%. I would marry the mini quiche because I don't love quiche, but they're solid and
But
reliable.
also in mini form, like you're just eating pastry with like some like seasoning, with like an egg
100%.
custard seasoning with some meat in it.
100%.
Like
So
oh,
it's
oh,
yeah,
I could eat a quiche
I
right
mean,
now.
it's marriage material,
Talking
to
about
a T.
our coffee shop jobs earlier, like we used to have these like real French quiches because I worked at a real French coffee shop,
Ooh.
and I would take those home. Like if I could close, I would get like 3 of those, and I would eat.
How big were they?
They were like this big. Like what is that? 5 inches, maybe 4 inches?
Like a hockey puck?
No, bigger. Like bigger. Like you know.
A donut?
Yeah,
Like a
sure.
donut size?
Yeah,
Okay.
a big donut. Yeah,
For
a
those who
puffy
are
donut.
listening, a donut
Sorry. Yeah,
size.
I'm sorry. I was making
You're
my hand.
fine. This big. No, you're fine. Look, if you can't visualize it, watch it on YouTube. And then like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then I would have to poly with the pigs in a blanket because to be honest, I might sneak out a bunch to see the pigs in a blanket,
Yeah.
and I
Oh
technically
yeah.
wouldn't have to sneak out, but I might have conflicting feelings
If there's a
when it
mustard
comes
dip,
to pigs in a blanket.
if there's like a place where you go,
Eh, yeah, I just like, I can't guarantee like a brown mustard. Like a brown. What kind
yeah,
of
it has to be,
mustard do you like?
oh, spicy brown. I mean, I'll take any mustard
Okay.
to be honest. I love mustard. I actually didn't eat mustard till I was like 25 because my friend's dad told me mustard grows hair in your chest, and I believed him.
What?
I thought that was a fact till I was 25 years old. And I was like, wait a second. Mustard's delicious. And I ate it for like a month, and
Literally.
I was like, there's nothing here. And that was a joke.
Literally insane. And then I would fuck the deviled eggs because I get really into them. And when I get into them, I get into them. But then when I'm done for a very long time.
Yeah. And there's only so much like
100%.
flavor you can experience, like bacon, chili.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay, well, I mean, this has been a fucking great episode for someone who is like
Not a
belonged on the
comedian.
podcast from the beginning. Yeah, for someone who's not a comedian who keeps going, the comedian would be better. You're a model. My first model on the pod.
Yeah. And not even like a famous one. So you can't like look me up and like at my models.com profile. I just do commercial. So I just sell you things online.
Okay, but your face would be recognizable.
I mean, to my mom, yeah, for sure.
To my mom. Okay.
I actually have one of those faces that people don't recognize in anything. And if I change my hair, they're like, "What? Who are you?" Yeah.
Is that why you get a lot of work?
Probably because they forgot they worked with me and they hated me.
No, because they're like, wow, this girl just appeals to everyone.
I'm just so universal, guys.
Such a universal girl. Okay, well, tell everybody where they can find you because you've got a YouTube channel that you post lots of cool shit on, and your Instagram is great.
My Instagram is it's Marcelle duh. Okay. It's Marcelle, Marcelle, not like the boy, like the girl. Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
And then my YouTube is just, I honestly think if you just type in Marcelle model or like Marcelle curve model, something will pop up.
Okay.
And that I haven't posted to in a while, but it does have really good info on like skincare. But I will be posting that stuff soon. I just like, don't know. I'm sewing a lot, so I'm not like really posting anything because I just like want to take care of me in 2022.
The videos on there right now are great. They're helpful. They're informative. Also, your TikTok, you post great TikTok videos as well.
I don't like to direct people there because I like it to be just for like me and strangers and me that have, and anyone who has no perception of me and is only perceiving me at that very moment.
Which is TikTok. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
But
fair.
yeah.
Well, I'll post all the links in the information. But thank you for being on. I loved it.
I loved it too.
And everybody, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.